Okay, I'm here at 1841 Paseo del Lago for the fourth time. I don't know what happened to the video, but I had to come and see some houses nearby here today anyway, so I wanted to come back and make sure you had a video and get eyes on it again. So I'm just giving you a panoramic of the neighborhood. This place is on the tax records a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2297 square feet. It's a 3-car garage. You can see some of the places around here are 3-car garage, and then some of them are 2. That one I'm pointing at right now, so those 2 or 3. The one in the middle is a 2-car garage and a smaller house. And I'll look at the comps again just to make sure you're totally comfortable with everything and totally comfortable with the project. Now there's 5 bedrooms in here, and I can't figure out for the life of me. A, sometimes there's a problem with the tax records, or B, sometimes they put up a wall, and I'm trying to figure out if somebody put a wall in there. It doesn't look to me like it did, but I'm not great with that kind of stuff. So here's your front yard. Obviously it's a bit unkempt because he hasn't been taking care of it too well, but you know, for the most part it's a good yard, and the backyard is good. You know, you can see there's a little bit of discoloration on the stucco right here. That's not something that you really have to be majorly worried about. That's an easy fix. There's one piece in the stucco in the back that concerns me, and I'm gonna take the video of it. But the inspector will tell us if he thinks it's an issue or not. I've seen it before. I don't know what it means. There's work in here, as I told you, and that's why it's going to be a crusher of a deal. Whether you buy it or I buy it, I think it's going to be one of us. You can see that stucco right there. That probably just needs to be power washed and cleaned up. The screens are a little bit bent. You know, some of those screens are going to have to be replaced, and some are fine. A lot of them are going to have to be replaced. So I'm just going to walk through here, and I'm going to tell you the things that I got already from the contractors, things that could be done, things that have to be done, things that don't need to be done to get this ready. So you're going to need AC. That's going to be about $6,000. And then the flooring, I'm imagining that's going to come in around $10,000. Now look, I'll tell you right now, you can get away with this flooring. It depends on how much work you want to put into it in the beginning to try to get expenses up to be able to knock off your taxes this year. But the flooring, I was going to redo it. If I'm going to flip this thing, I'm going to redo the flooring. The windows, a lot of them have covers, some of them don't. We probably would leave the ones that are there. The windows, they're the older style single pane aluminum. They could be replaced. I wasn't budgeting to replace those. I was going to flip this place without doing the windows. I think the windows would be somewhere in the neighborhood of $10,000 for this place. Okay. The floor also probably a little bit north of $10,000. I'm going to call it 12. You're not going to do the stairs. There's carpet on the stairs. That's going to stay. And you see how it's a little bit weird here with the wood, this laminate. This is like the cheapest of the cheapest of the cheap flooring that you can go with. And I was going to update it to LVP, which is vinyl planking, and then cover up this kind of thing that's on each side over there. Okay, so you know, probably the light fixtures get changed out, a couple $100. The kitchen's where the major work gets done. The flooring was the big job, and the kitchen. So the kitchen, and I don't have a breakdown from the contractor who was in here yet, and we're definitely going to get another bid. I have one guy. I brought him here for the cabinets, and he could bid all the work as well. He gave me like $28,500, but I don't know what was included in all his bid. But for sure, it included all the flooring, paint, new baseboards. Baseboards are those white things right around the bottom right there. All new ones of those. Paint the whole place and rip out the kitchen, replace those whole cabinets and the countertop and the sink. The dishwasher can stay, and the refrigerator can stay. We're going to need a new stove and a microwave. That was not included in the bid, but it's changing out all those cabinets to a lot nicer stuff. Okay, I'm just going to poke you around here, the backyard, real quick. Like, you know, you see the grass is high, but that's just because it hasn't been taken care of. You have nice landscape in here. This place is going to cost you about $75 a month for the landscaper to come twice a month and take care of this, probably. So the fencing is always kind of an issue. You know, looks like there's a little bit of issue right there. Not tremendous issue. I'm not overly concerned about that. This is down the side over here. You have a nice retaining wall right there, and you've got a privacy wall right there. And there's the hot tub. The cover's been disintegrating. You can see that. I'm just going to walk over here. It's going to be a longer video than usual, but I'm pretty deep in this project, and I want to make sure you see everything. to make sure you're comfortable. And if you're not, that's totally cool. So this hot tub looks pretty old. The cover's falling apart. I looked in there. I have no idea if the motor runs or not. A lot of times Diana says, keep the hot tub. Tenants love it. But if it's going to be a lot of maintenance issue, then I would say get rid of it. But I'm going to leave that to her. When we come out and do the inspection, she's going to come with me. And then I will say, should we keep this or should we not? But because it is, tenants do like it. And then you see they have this area over here. It's not very well taken care of. But like again, it's a nice yard. This is a good yard for this this size house. For this area. Anyway, so you can see all the single pane windows out here. Like I said, some of these screens are going to need to be done. This is the part I don't like on the stucco here. I don't know what the deal is with here. We're going to need to do something in there. I don't think it's going to be a major hassle, but I'm going to ask the inspector like what's going on there. But probably fix that pretty cheap. Okay, the rest of it looks pretty good on the outside. I don't always look at the entire outside. This here, the windows, that screen needs to be replaced. So, you know, each screen is like X amount of dollars. I don't know how many they are. If you replace all the screens in this house, maybe it's like, you know, $500, something like that. I have to talk to Diana. You can see this wood is all kind of a mess over here. This door will be taken care of by the termite. We asked the seller to pay for the termite damage. I'm hoping that would be included in the termite. I haven't seen a termite report yet. She said she had a termite. The listing agent said she had a termite report, and it wasn't very expensive. So typically, in a contract, we ask the seller to pay for termite. They can say yes, okay, which is usually the case. They can say no, we don't want to do it, in which case it's a negotiation. And so I'm just coming back into this kitchen. All of that backsplash will be changed into something cool that like I will pick out, or Diana will pick out, or if you're interested to, you know, I wouldn't advise you getting involved in picking out materials because we know the materials, you know, what's cheap and good and what looks good. So nobody usually gets involved in picking materials much, but I know what goes in this stuff because I was going to flip it myself, like I said. So let me just poke around here real quick. I'm going to take you out in the garage. You're not going to be able to see anything. The electric's not on in here. So here's the furnace. And the, yeah, you can't see anything. So the furnace and the hot water heater are out here in the garage. Probably if you're gonna put AC in, it's probably gonna pay to put that new furnace in. It's like half the price if you change the furnace at the same time you put an AC in, as opposed to changing the furnace out later. So if it's 20 years old, then you do it. So here's room number one. I think I mentioned to you before, it's always preferable when you have a bedroom in the downstairs and a full bathroom. So you got the bedroom down here. Those closet doors, we'd probably update those. I mean, you could keep them, but I would update those into a mirrored look. So that's your downstairs bathroom. People like that because, you know, you have elderly guests come and stay, or you have whatever guests come and stay, and it's better if they have their own bed and bath and the rest of the family stays upstairs. So here's the full bathroom down here. Did not get a bid to replace those cabinets. I was just going to paint them and put some hardware on them. And the door here looks good. The tub looks good. Probably going to get a new toilet there. Okay. So I'll take you, and then this is the living room over here, the full living and dining. So it's a good amount of space. We're going to go up the stairs. This is these are all carpeted, which is what we would do anyway. So the carpet's going to stay, and the flooring here, again, the flooring's fine. I mean, it works. You don't have to replace it. You have some like little scratches there. I think you can see those in the master. There's a bit of stuff got scuffed up during the move or whatever. It's minor, but like if I buy the place, I'm going to replace the floors because it's going to look a lot better. This is all going to get repainted. I don't know if you can see the crappy color. It's like a dark salmon colored, ugly color. So that's going to be, it's all going to be painted. Master bath here. This tile's going to stay. The shower, fine. You have a little bit, I think I mentioned this last time, a little bit of lost in translation going there because that's really low shower. But you're going to need a shower head there. I could swear there was a shower head there last time I took the video, but I don't know. Tub is fine, and we got the bid to replace those cabinets. I can't remember if the bid included replacing the countertop or not, and the sinks. Which would make sense because I don't think you can change those cabinets out without destroying that counter. So, you know, I wasn't in a tremendous hurry for that guy. The guy who came out to bid it, he went on vacation right after. So the toilet in there looks a bit better than what was downstairs. That one can probably stay. And then you got your walk-in closet right here. So we had 1 bedroom downstairs. This is the master. Now, we got 3 bedrooms over here. I'm going to take it to the end of the hall one first because I think this is a huge room on this side. These closet doors look like they're on their last legs. Maybe we'd be able to salvage those. Not closing correctly, but might be able to salvage them if not at a minor expense. Okay, but this is a very big room for a side room, and then you've got these 2 other bedrooms over here. So you've got 1 and 2, and they connect here through this closet. So I don't know if this used to be 1 room and they made it bigger, or I have no idea what's going on in here and why it's a 4-bedroom on the tax records, but there's 5 in here. Okay, but for your purposes, it's a 5-bedroom house, and that's going to get you more rent. This bathroom also, tile's going to stay. Those cabinets will stay. They'll get repainted. The countertop is fine. The sunken sinks. So, Diana might say, "Oh, we should get new fixtures in here." So that would be added expense. And that toilet looks like it's for one of the munchkins from the Wizard of Oz. So you're probably going to replace that as well. Like a soft toilet seat though. And then there's bath and shower in here, right there. So some updated fixtures in here as well. So that's the house, man. It's a great house. It's well under market because it needs work. You've got window coverings in here. Are we going to keep those? Or are we going to replace those? That's something we don't know until I get in here with Diana and do the inspection, which will be next week if everything goes according to plan with the contract. That foot kit there, toe kit, that would all be taken care of in the construction. So that's it. There's stuff to do in here. I'm gonna 28.5. So I'm gonna up it to say maybe the total is like $40K with everything, that including the AC and stuff like that. But that all depends on what you want to do. You don't have to spend $40K. You could come into this place and spend 15 or 20 and get it ready for rental, and you just have a rental that's not like as super nice as everything else in the neighborhood. But if you want to get it going where you only have to update it once, basically you're going to update it. Either you're going to update it now when you buy it, or you're going to update it later on when you sell it, which conceivably you're going to do at some point. So at some point you got to update it. So knowing what I know now, having learned this for the last 8-9 years, I wish I would have upgraded my places when I had the opportunity to take the expenses right away in Japan, as opposed to like I'm updating a lot of places right now. So, call it $40K, and I showed you the comps. I will show you the comps in more detail. If you're comfortable with it, I think we're hammering the guy, as I told you. If you don't buy it, then I'm going to negotiate with them, and I'm probably going to try and get a lower price than what you got because I'm going to be a cash deal. But let's talk about it this weekend. Thanks, bud.